Welcome to the deep dive. Where we really get into stuff. Today, it's the strategic plan for Rongo University. I bet you're thinking strategic plan, that's got to be boring. But stick with us. This one's interesting. We're looking at this newer university in Kenya, just started in 2016. They want to be big in tech-driven learning, not just in Kenya, but like worldwide. So get ready. We're going to break down how they want to do it, the problems they're up against, and who knows, maybe some surprises too.
Yeah, and it's amazing how much these plans tell you. Not just what a place wants to do, but like the whole world they're in, how they see things.
Totally. And this one, right off the bat, it dives right in. I was struck by, they don't just say world class, which, let's face it, everyone wants to be. They break it down, like what that actually means for them.
It's not just talk, it's about doing stuff. And they tie their vision right to Kenya's goals, like that bottom-up economic transformation agenda. That's smart. They're making themselves part of the whole country's progress.
But wouldn't any university do that? I mean, isn't that just expected to match up with what the country wants?
Sure, but it's how they say it. They connect their tech and innovation ideas to, real needs Kenya has. Pointing out how their research, their graduates, they help with jobs, the economy growing. Not just saying it, it's their plan.
Okay, I see. It's like they're saying, we're not just some ivory tower. We're out here helping Kenya get ahead.
Exactly. And get this, they take it even further. They tied their plan to those UN Sustainable Development Goals.
The SDGs. So we're talking like quality education stuff, getting rid of poverty, even making sure people have clean water.
All that. They picked specific SDGs that fit what they're good at. This is clever for a couple reasons. One, it shows they're serious about these big world problems. Two, it helps them get partners, funding. Who wouldn't want to support a university trying to make the world better?
So it's like, we're not just a university, we're part of making things better globally. Smart move, got to give them that. But let's be real, every place has good and bad stuff. What does Rongo say about theirs?
Well, they're pretty honest in that SWOT analysis thing. They admit what they're good at, space to grow, capable staff, nice peaceful location. But they don't hide their problems either.
Like what? Spill it. What problems are we talking here?
Money is a big one. Not enough funding, and they're not making enough money, which, to be fair, lots of universities face that nowadays. But it's refreshing, They're not pretending it's all perfect.
Which you have to do, right? If you don't admit something's wrong, you can't fix it.
Totally. Shows they get it, that you got to be self-aware to make a good strategy. Can't fix what you don't admit is broken.
Makes sense. But they don't just list good and bad, right? There was some framework they used to analyze it all. What was it called?
The RIO framework. It stands for valuable, rare, inimitable, organized. Helps them figure out which of their resources give them a real edge over others.
So how's that work? Like practically? Got an example?
Sure, they talk about their location being both peaceful and inimitable, meaning no one else has that. Quiet, rural setting, that's appealing to students A&D faculty who want some peace. They can use that. It's special to them.
All right, we're back and ready to dig deeper. Last time we got the big picture, Rongo University's dreams and, the whole situation they're in. But dreams without action, well, they're just dreams.
Exactly. That's where these 12 key result areas come in. They even call them KRAs for short. That's the real engine of this whole plan.
Yeah, and we got a taste of how different they are. Some, like updating courses, are kind of expected. Then, bam, they're building industrial park. Let's focus on a few that really caught my eye.
Great idea. I'm really curious how they're going to become this technology-driven university. That's KRA #1, right? Curriculum review and development. But it's got to be more than just adding some computer classes.
Oh, for sure. They want to match what they teach with what jobs are out there, create new hot courses. Oh, wait, this is interesting. They're putting teaching stuff on their radio program. Isn't that kind of old school?
Might seem that way, but think about it. Radio's still huge in Kenya. Reaches people who might not have good internet. It's a way to spread their knowledge further. Make learning open to more people.
That's a good point. They're taking that tech focus and making it work for how things really are. Smart. Okay, another one that stood out was all the human capital stuff. Basically getting awesome faculty and staff, right?
You got it. They know a university is only as good as its people. They've got plans to train their staff better, make it a nice place to work so people stay, even help pay for staff to get more education. Investing in people is key. They get that.
But good people cost good money. How do they plan to do that A&D deal with the money problems they mentioned? Not enough funding. That was a big worry.
That's where getting money from lots of places comes in. KRA #12. It's smart. They're not just relying on tuition and what the government gives them.
So what else are they up to? What's the secret sauce?
Well, they want to team up with businesses, get those public-private partnerships going, restructure the stuff they already have that makes money, and come up with new ways to make money. Even mention offering consulting services and, trying to get research grants.
So they're thinking like business people, using what they know to bring in more money, like running a company, A&D, a university. Talk about a double life.
Gotta do it to survive nowadays, and higher ed, it's competitive. Can't just stick with the old ways. Gotta adapt, gotta get creative to stay afloat financially.
Okay, curriculum, people, money. But what about the actual place? Don't they have a KRA about buildings and all that?
Yep, KRA number 3. It's all about learning resources and infrastructure development. And it's not just keeping things as they are. They want to seriously upgrade. A new library, a bigger clinic, a whole sports complex.
Hold on, did they say something about a fish pond, too? I must have misheard that.
Nope, you heard right. Definitely not something you see every day at a university. Probably part of that whole making money thing. But who knows, maybe they'll use it for teaching, too. Aquaculture research, or even business classes using the fish farm.
That's thinking outside the box. A university with its own fish farm. Now that's a story I want to hear more about.
Shows their entrepreneurial spirit and how they're not afraid to try unusual things. But they haven't forgotten the basics either. They're putting money into important stuff like IT.
Right, because nowadays a university without good IT, it's like a car without an engine. Not going to get very far.
Exactly. They want faster internet, better connections everywhere, new servers, up-to-date software, and they're going all in on this ERP system to manage everything better, making sure their tech can handle all their big plans.
So they're building the base, making sure they have what they need. But what about quality? Making sure everything they DO is top-notch. That's going to be important too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. KRA number 4 is all about quality assurance. Might not be the most exciting thing, but super crucial. They're talking about reviewing and putting in place their quality assurance policy. They want to check how well teaching's going, audit their systems regularly, even mention trying to meet international standards like that, ISO 901.201 few.
So it's not just saying we're good, it's proving it, right? Using these serious processes. That's reassuring, especially if you're a student thinking of going there or someone thinking of partnering with them.
Definitely gives them more credibility. And they're not just focused inward, they've got a whole KRA about research, innovation, and outreach.
The holy trinity of being a great university. What are some goals for that?
They want more and better research, come up with innovative solutions, and really connect with the community. They'll train staff on how to write grant proposals that get funded. They want to set up an innovation and incubation center. They even talk about making a whole directorate of research, innovation, and outreach.
So it's not just random research. They're building a whole system to support it. And that industrial park we mentioned, bet that's a big part of it.
For sure, it's all connected. The park could give students real-world experience, faculty can team up with businesses, and the university can turn research into actual products and services. Everyone wins.
So it's not knowledge just sitting on a shelf. They're making sure it gets USED, has an impact on the world.
Exactly. Bridging that gap between the university and the real world makes the research actually matter.
And speaking of mattering, they've also got KRAs for student welfare and staff welfare. It seems like they're trying to make it a good place to be for everyone.
Yeah, it's nice to see that focus on well-being, not just treating people like robots, recognizing that folks need to feel supported to do their best.
So what are they actually doing? What kind of stuff are they planning?
For students, they want better counseling services, better food, more student clubs, even training in leadership and like how to get a job after you graduate.
It's like they're getting students ready for life, not just classes. How about the staff?
Well, they're aiming for good salaries and benefits. Programs to help staff develop their skills, counseling, and wellness stuff, even team-building activities.
Wow, sounds like a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah.
They're really trying to attract and keep good people.
And they're going even further with diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's another whole KRA.
Huge topic nowadays, for good reason. What are they doing to make the campus welcoming to everyone?
They're all about putting policies in place that support people with disabilities, make sure there's gender equality, and they want to promote good values, principles of good governance.
So not just talking about diversity, but taking real steps.
Well,
that's good to see.
It's about making sure everyone feels like they belong, that they're valued and respected.
No, gotta mention climate action. That one's pretty cool to see.
Absolutely. Love seeing a university take the environment seriously.
So what kind of green stuff are they planning? Fill us in.
They're going to create and use an energy policy, use more solar power, even planting trees, a whole afforestation program. Plus, better waste management and how they deal with sewage.
So it's not just about their own impact, it's setting an example, right?
Yeah. And they're putting sustainability into their classes and research, too, teaching the next generation to care about the planet.
And of course, can't forget governance and ethics. That's important for AD University, but often gets ignored. How are they tackling that?
They're all about being transparent, accountable, doing things the right way. They're training their council and management, doing regular evaluations, even creating a whole anti-corruption policy.
Building a culture of doing things right, sounds like.
Exactly. They get that good governance helps them reach their goals. A&D keeps people trusting them.
Wow, okay, we've covered a lot. From courses to money, from students and staff to climate and ethics. Rongo's plan is seriously comprehensive and ambitious too.
But a plan is only as good as how you put it into practice and how you handle problems that come up, stuff you didn't expect.
Which brings us to the last part of our deep dive. We'll look at how Rongo's going to track their progress, make sure things are working, and what they're doing to manage risks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, we're back for the home stretch here, digging into Rongo University's plan. We've seen their vision, all these goals they have, how they're going to get it done. But in real life, stuff happens, right?
Absolutely. You can't predict everything. Challenges pop up, things change. Even messing up yourself can throw things off. That's why you got to have ways to keep track of how it's going and be ready if something goes wrong.
And I got to say, Rongo seems on top of this. Their whole system for monitoring and evaluation, it's serious stuff. They're not just hoping for the best. They're going to watch every step.
It's called an outcome performance matrix. It lays out exactly what they're measuring for each of those 12 KRAs. Like, take that curriculum review and development. They'll be looking at how many programs now fit, what jobs need, how many courses got accredited, even how many are online now.
So it's not just checking a box like, yep, we did that. They're looking at results. What actually happened because of what they did.
Exactly. And it's not just them saying, we're great. They'll have audits, people from inside A&D outside checking, student surveys, staff evaluations, even getting feedback from the community, getting the whole picture.
That's smart. It's like they want to know what everyone thinks, not just their own opinion.
And they're not waiting till the 5 years is over. It's ongoing. Reports every few months, yearly reviews, even a big check-in halfway through in 2024.
So if something's not working, they can change course, right? It's flexible, not set in stone.
Exactly. They know the world keeps changing. You got to be able to adjust. But some things you just can't control. That's where risk management comes in.
And they've got a long list of what could go wrong. We've talked about money being tight, but there's also like hackers, natural disasters, even political stuff going bad. They use this phrase, non-conducive environment. Kind of vague, to be honest.
Yeah, it's broad, but shows they know stuff can happen outside the university that affects them, stuff they can't really stop.
So it's like, hey, we know the world can throw us a curveball. We got to be ready. But how do you prepare for something that unpredictable?
Well, they might not have all the answers, but they're trying. Like for the money problem, they're really going after those grants, finding new ways to make money themselves, and cutting costs where they can.
So it's backups, right?
Yeah.
If one thing fails, try something else to reach the goal.
Right, and remember that ERP system. They even point out it might not get USD well. Not just about having the tech, it's got to work for you.
So what are they doing about that?
Training people on how to use it, keeping it up to date, making sure data's secure, thinking about the whole picture, not just the tech itself.
You know, after going through all this, I got to say, I'm impressed. Rongo's not just saying they want to be great. They've really thought about IW, how to measure it, how to handle problems. It's serious.
Shows they're strategic, they want to do things right, and they get that having a plan is just the start. It's doing it that matters.
Yeah. And what really sticks with me is they've combined so much. Being good academically, research, making sure students and staff are happy, working with the community, being smart with money, even the environment. It's a whole vision of what a modern university can be.
And it's inspiring because they're not just talking. They've got actual plans, timelines, resources. They're serious about making it happen.
So everyone listening, go check out Rongo University's website, see the whole plan. There's even more in there. But as you're thinking about it all, here's something to consider. What can other places, not just in Kenya, but anywhere, learn from this? How can they adapt, be successful in this world that's always changing and getting more complex?
Till next time, keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.